What specialized units did the Roman army use? Imagine a military force that could adapt to any challenge, from fierce battles to delicate reconnaissance missions. That's what the Roman army was all about. They didn't just rely on their famous heavy infantry. They had a range of specialized units that made their army incredibly versatile. First, the auxiliary troops played a big part. These units were recruited from non-Roman populations across the empire. For example, the Balearic slingers from the Balearic Islands were expert at hurling stones with slings. They could hit targets accurately from a distance and were great for harassing enemies before close combat. Then there were the Cretan archers from Crete, who provided long-range firepower with their bows, helping to weaken enemy formations early on. North Africa contributed the Numidian light cavalry, known for their speed and agility. They were perfect for quick reconnaissance, hit-and-run attacks, and skirmishing. On the frontier, the army used heavily armored horsemen called Exploratores, inspired by Sarmatian and Parthian cavalry. These soldiers wore full body armor and carried lances designed to break enemy lines, especially against the Parthian horse archers. Units like the Aela I Ulpia Cantarium and Aela I Gallorum et Pannonium Cataphractaria were stationed in border regions to deal with tough enemies. Within the legions themselves, soldiers had specialized roles. Some were called immunes because they had skills like engineering, medical care, or administration, so they didn't do routine camp chores. Others, like beneficiarii, acted as aides or logistical helpers for commanders. The medici and saplascarii were medics, taking care of injured soldiers, while veterinarii looked after horses and pack animals. Trumpeters, known as cornicines, signaled commands during battles, and tesserarii managed the security passwords used to keep the army organized. The army also had elite scouts called Exploratores. They gathered intelligence on enemy positions and terrain. The Frumentarii, initially grain suppliers, became military spies, collecting information from local populations and trade routes. Visual signals were sent by soldiers called semaphorists using flags or other signals over long distances. Music played a role too, with hydraulic musicians using hydraulic organs to boost morale and coordinate troop movements. The equipment was tailored for these roles. Light infantry used lighter armor and javelins, while cavalry carried longer swords and lances. Archers used composite bows for greater range and power. The army also had artillery units with ballistae, onagers, and scorpions, which required trained crews to operate. For logistics, the army built mobile workshops called fabrici to repair weapons and equipment quickly. They also constructed fortified camps called castra to protect supplies and soldiers during campaigns. All these specialized units and roles made the Roman army adaptable across different terrains and against many kinds of enemies. Their ability to combine citizen heavy infantry with auxiliary forces and support personnel was a key reason for their long-lasting dominance in European history.